Welcome, everybody, to the final round of Salt Lake City Swiss, right before Top Cut. We've got a banger for you. We got my man, Smart Money, Alberto Lara versus Tyler Benett. And here with my man, Len Duel, to commentate it for you all.
Yeah, you're Smart Money. He was 2-2, but he's clawed his way back all the way to 4-2, playing here for a chance at Top Cut or a chance at elimination.
Yeah, well, he's also informed me that he is not running Mega Gengar, like I said. So I think my Smart Money kind of like split into two.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have an archetype Smart Money, and you've got
but I have not
Alberto needing to win this match.
Has Mega Gengar even been on stream today?
Yeah, we've had some.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've had some Mega Gengar.
All right, well, yeah, well, I mean, we all know Alberto. It's number 2 in the world right now. He just got second in Brazil, behind only Carson Confer. Tyler is a local from Idaho. You see his teams on the stream right now. From Tyler, we have Gardevoir, Tapu Koko, Snorlax, Amoonguss, Incineroar, and Landorus 3. And while from Alberto, we have Linoon, Volcarona, Scizor, Clefairy, Tapu Fini, and Incineroar.
Yeah, so on Tyler's side, we have kind of what's similar to what won in Portland.
Yes.
That Gardevoir probably definitely going to be using that Hyper Voice, probably have a Trick Room option to set it up. And then, Amoonguss, Incineroar, Landorus is good support. Snorlax is another big offensive threat. And then from Alberto, similar to what I think we saw Chase run in Costa Mesa a couple months ago, that Linoon, going to be looking for Belly Drum and Extreme Speed, even more priority, though, in this version than in Chase's, because that Bullet Punch from Scissor.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
big offensive threats on both sides.
Yeah, you have the Volcarona. I can't remember the set because it has a lot of interesting potential either way on this team. It could be a second layer of redirection off of that Flame Body potential, pack Overheat, pack Tailwind. But it could also be Quiver Dance, which is in its own right is a scary little sweeper, Cali sweeper, if you will.
Yeah, I think the version we saw in Costa Mesa was a support-based one, but it could be an easy way to pivot the team, have another attacking option with the Volcarona, since we don't have the Salamence, which was Dragon Dance, is another setup option on the version we saw in Costa Mesa.
Well, a fun little thing about this team is, well, not only do both sides have anti-spore terrain, which will make it much less a factor, but Extreme Speed will go before the Rage Powder. So unless that's clear Smog Amoonguss, you probably won't see it be too effective in this matchup. Even worth bringing, you have Volcarona, Scizor, Linoon, Incineroar? No, you don't really like playing any of those, especially when you consider the terrain. From Tyler, we see Gardevoir and Incineroar, while from Alberto, we see Linoon and Clefairy.
Yeah, so right off the bat, going to be having that Linoon supported by Clefairy, going to be looking for Belly Drum, and then big Extreme Speeds that Belly Drum would undo this Intimidate. Gardevoir gets Gluttony for a second.
We all have those phases in our life.
The Trick Room probably not very valuable here, but the Hyper Voice super valuable. Linoon, a very frail Pokemon. That Friend Guard can help it out, but you can't follow me away that Hyper Voice, so it's going to be doing a lot of damage. And if Fake Out can come in and keep Linoon from being able to get any setup off for a turn or prevent Clefairy from doing any more support options, I think it's a pretty strong position for Tyler here.
Yeah, I really like the lead a lot. It shuts down a lot of options right out of the gate. The possible Scizor setup, the possible Linoon setup, even the possible Volcarona setup isn't looking too great, though, if possible, definitely the best-looking one of the bunch. But, we saw Chase in SoCal. Don't think it's really that sad. Gardevoir going right for its Mega Form. You don't need Gluttony too much. You got to work out a little bit. You're way stronger now. Those Hyper Voices are going to be doing very large damage, even with Friend Guard. Just going for the Protect because there's not even a reason to let Linoon take that damage. You need your health to set up. Going for the Double Protect, trying to make it so you can't get a Fake Out plus free damage turn.
Yeah, Gardevoir going to Hyper Voice right into these Protects.
Yeah, I mean, Protect's just happening. Going for the knockoff instead of the Flare Blitz, aiming at the Linoon slot, but I believe that Linoon should be naturally faster, so unless he was just trying to preempt or follow me and knock off the Eviolite, it wouldn't have done too much to Linoon outside of the regular damage.
Yeah, maybe a threat of the damage plus getting rid of the Eviolite if it does get follow me, like he's coming out right here.
Yep, I mean, once again, not going to redirect that Hyper Voice. Actually, was Linoon faster than Gardevoir? I mean, it wouldn't be too surprising, especially since Gardevoir is obviously running Trick Room at this point. It's got Snorlax and Amoonguss on the back on its side. Linoon going right up to full health thanks to a combination of Figgy Berry and Gluttony, just like Snorlax tend to do. The Hyper Voice hitting it for roughly 50%, maybe a little bit more, and the knockoff removing that Eviolite.
Yeah, so a lot of good damage coming out from Tyler's side, but that Belly Drum coming down for Alberto. Going to mean giant Extreme Speeds are on their way, threatening the KO against either Gardevoir or Incineroar, I would expect. And Gardevoir's got to be the one you're after. Clefairy can Rage Powder, or rather Follow Me Away, whatever Incineroar does, but of course you can't with the Hyper Voice, so you've got to be focusing on with Extreme Speed. But Tyler can know that and just protect with Gardevoir like he does here.
Yeah, just keeping the more powerful option safe there. Oh, actually, both Fairies protecting. Doesn't want to risk losing Clefairy to a Flare Blitz for no reason, not yet at least. Extreme Speed actually hitting an Incineroar, reading that Protect. Fairly obvious, removing the Incineroar with no problem.
Yeah, really good call there to get rid of Incineroar. Now you're going to be able to land that Extreme Speed onto the Gardevoir slot next turn.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what he can really bring out here. Again, the Amoonguss Rage Powder doesn't have enough priority to outpace the Extreme Speed. Linoon just too fast, and the priority being the same for both moves means that the naturally faster user will just move first, which will be Linoon in this case. So if you consider what's in the back, really, Tapu Koko won't be enough to stop things.
Yeah, I think that's why we see Tyler taking so long to decide what to bring out here. Is there's just no good option. He's going to be so much on the back foot when you have both Follow Me and then that Extreme Speed, all that priority, like you said, above the Rage Powder.
I mean, in this situation, Follow Me, take away the Spore. You don't mind it too much. You just protect it. You should be able to pick up another KO.
Yeah, I would expect Extreme Speed towards Gardevoir and Follow Me. There's really no reason not to. Mungus can go for the KO on Clefairy or just put it to sleep, but won't actually be able to touch Linoon at all, meaning another Extreme Speed comes out the next turn, and if you don't land that into Protect, most likely another KO with how strong these Extreme Speeds are with that same type attack boost and the Belly Drum.
I think I have to assume, really, that Tyler just expected the Hyper Voice to do a bit more. I wasn't really expecting them to stay in the 50% range, just a bit lower where another Hyper Voice would be able to pick it up from here, and it could, but it's looking roll-ish.
And so the Extreme Speed just comes out and KOs.
Yeah, easy KO there. The Follow Me happening after the Extreme Speed, just kind of odd to see because we're very used to those redirection moves going first. Spore, you'll take that just fine. I guess you sort of bite into the potential mind game of getting Spored on the next turn, but you're very comfortable with this situation considering you have two perfectly healthy Pokemon in the back.
Yeah, two Pokemon that Tyler hasn't even seen yet, and another Extreme Speed coming. This is going to be such a big turn, because if Alberto can guess where the Protect is and hit the other Pokemon with Extreme Speed, this game's basically over.
Yeah.
If instead Tyler can guess where the Extreme Speed's going and protect against it, and then manage to either put Linoon to sleep or KO it with Tapu Koko, that's the first step of the comeback. It's all going to come down to this turn. Swing one way or the other.
You want to bet who he chooses? I'm thinking he attacks Amoonguss.
I think you Extreme Speed the Tapu Koko.
Yeah, see, I thought you would say that. It kind of fueled me to choose Amoonguss more as the target.
I think Amoonguss probably can't KO Linoon.
No way.
If you just ending him with another Pokemon asleep, maybe Clefairy can wake up, start Rage Follow Me some more stuff. You can maybe save Linoon over the long term, even if you guess wrong. Whereas if you guess wrong and allow a Thunderbolt,
is easily the more obvious Protect slot. You just got to read into that KO.
All right, let's see what happens.
All right, well, Feeny and the Clefairy, switching out your Fairy for your Fairy, taking away Coco's guts a little bit just by removing the terrain. It's obvious Protect right here. Please, Alberto, show me that Extreme Speed to the Amoonguss. Nailed it! Man, I'm good. Easy KO on that Amoonguss. It's Coco versus the world, and Coco, unless it has that Focus Sash, won't be able to take that Extreme Speed at all.
Yeah, that's the game. 4 Extreme Speeds, 4 KOs. That's
don't,
all you need.
I mean, this is usually where we would talk about adapting, but I really don't know what he would do to stop that from happening.
Yeah, I mean, he just has to stop the setup or punish the setup even more. Maybe
Amoonguss in the front and you just, buy into the Spore game, but Feeny being there kind of...
Yeah, I don't know if there's any way that he can one-hit KO that Clefairy.
No way.
He got the Eviolite off of it, but having to 2-hit KO it either way, he can try to counter with his own setup and get Belly Drum with Snorlax. But unless Snorlax can take an Extreme Speed, that doesn't really matter either. I mean,
I'm pretty sure, I think the coverage... Well, I don't know what the coverage move is, but if the coverage move was Brick Break. I mean, Linoon's move pool is not the deepest. Even though it's probably not too bad. Normal types generally have pretty good move pools, but I wouldn't be surprised by a coverage move that could hit Snorlax, especially since you don't need to rely on Extreme Speed in such a situation.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Tyler's team, he's just so weak to that Linoon. Especially, we talk about maybe if you can get through the Clefairy, about getting the Clefairy to sleep in the last game. But if Volcarona comes out as a second redirector and you put all this effort into KOing
it could have been there already and we just didn't see it.
Right, and it was just that Tapu Fini was the easier switch in, or the less revealing one if Alberto was confident he was going to win that game. I mean, it's going to be really difficult, I think, for Tyler, he's going to basically have to show something immediately off the bat in the lead matchup that can actually answer
I think
this.
that's what he was going for with Gardevoir and Cineroar, and it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I really thought the Hyper Voice was going to be enough damage. If either of those Pokemon had actually been able to take an extreme speed, it probably would have been enough.
Yeah.
Maybe if you can get, I don't know, somehow force a Protect from Linoon and then have Incineroar in on the next turn.
Maybe go Landorus over Incineroar. As long as it's physical, you can try doing 2 spread moves to avoid Follow Me in general. But I don't know if even that would be enough because of the Friend Guard.
Yeah, I don't think it would be. I think you'd just end up Earthquaking your own Gardevoir for a lot of damage and miss the KO.
Oh, Tapu Koko this time. Trying to...
Maybe a Gigavolt Havoc one-hit KOs the Clefairy?
It could. I think it depends on the way Clefairy was trained, but it's definitely something.
Actually, it could be really interesting if Gigavolt Havoc KOs Clefairy, and then Gardevoir Hyper Voice comes in, not weakened by 75% and without Friend Guard. I bet it just one-hit KOs
I
the
would
Linoon.
hope so.
And so you can actually just get both KOs this turn if you can land it. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good...
Yeah.
He had to show something to answer it. I think he's shown it out to Alberto to play around it, or just embrace the Gigavolt Havoc if he knows that Clefairy can take it.
I mean, one of the nice little situations about that is if you assume that Clefairy can be one-hit KO by Gigavolt Havoc, you can aim it at the Linoon and force him to redirect it.
You run the risk of some other Clefairy support move. Linoon just protects itself.
But then he's like hurt. Well, it's harder to belly drum in that case because you took the protect damage. But yeah, I mean, removing that Gluttony once again, realizing that it can't just sit on that depressive state after losing the game, has to go right back into it with open arms. Follow Me. It's going to have to be the Gigavolt Havoc right here, and depending on the training, he might be able to take it, even if it is Dazzling Gleam instead, just opting to go for double spread moves instead of one really big move. Probably doesn't even have it if I had to guess. The belly drum happening once again. Linoon sitting at about 75 just based on the damage from the last game. He should be able to take the Hyper Voice, though, in a situation where the spread moves start to look a little more scary.
Yeah, I mean, if... Trick Room comes out. I'm not sure that's the move that Tyler needed.
Nuh-uh.
The speed control's not going to help you with extreme speeds coming out.
Yeah, if any, Linoon usually... one of the great answers to Trick Room because it doesn't care that you did it.
If that Hyper Voice had come out, then maybe you're saying the next Hyper Voice or Dazzling Gleam KOs, whichever one you actually target with extreme speed works. Every time!
Nailing this.
Alberto just can't be stopped. Every protect, extreme speed's in
and now he has the Encore option in the
my
Trick
God.
Room. Dude, Linoon's ability might be Gluttony, but Alberto's is hustling. This guy's a G.
I mean, is this over now? Linoon is free to just extreme speed, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
unless Snorlax can... Well, so Snorlax would have to be able to take multiple extreme speeds and KO Clefairy and Linoon.
If this Incineroar just comes in and fakes out...
no, he'll just double protect. There's no
but
punish.
But you at least have burnt the Encore opportunity then.
Sure, but, you don't care. You have to stop Linoon proactively. You can't just, sit around and try to play this, I got you in your protects. It's not going to work. Alberto's nailed every single one. This man's a hustler.
I mean, I think you have to fake out Linoon and...
I
don't know what you do. Because I don't think you do double protect. I think you just extreme speed Gardevoir and Encore Gardevoir.
No way. You double protect.
You extreme speed Incineroar and Encore Gardevoir.
No, dude. Come on. If you double protect,
it seems
you
like
can
everything's
extreme
easy.
speed Gardevoir for free, and you follow me. He can't do anything to Clefairy. There's no punishes here.
Yeah, so I guess you double protect and then just go after Gardevoir in the next turn. Start follow meing away whatever Incineroar does.
Yeah.
You're still so many attacks from Incineroar actually KOing Clefairy, and so instead a switch comes out.
I mean, that's fine. You can't Spore in the electric terrain. The Rage Powder doesn't work. He doesn't double protect. Oh, I guess he just went for Encore anyway. Yeah, from that spot, I think Alberto was impossible to break. Right, Len?
Yeah.
I know, dude. I agree. Alberto is playing amazing. I am almost starstruck. If I could get starstruck, I would be.
So yeah, I mean, I expect Extreme Speed can come out just either slot. You can follow me either slot. It doesn't really matter. Neither of these Pokemon can actually do anything to Clefairy to bother the setup. I guess the Flare Blitz is the scariest thing.
Ooh!
Okay.
Dude, that is... yeah, he's just clapping for himself at this point. He didn't need that. He was just like, yeah, I'm killing this. This is excellent. And Incineroar goes down, no problemo. Sludge Bomb from the Amoonguss.
Poison?
Okay. That actually did more than I thought it would. That was pretty solid damage.
Pretty offensive. Amoonguss gets a lot of damage out. The poison might have been enough to at least break these two Pokemon, make Alberto use something out of the back. But
wait, in Trick Room, do the orders of the will Rage Powder go before Extreme Speed in
Yes.
Trick Room? Okay, well that's like one situation, but now you can double protect. This is only one turn of Trick Room left.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So you still can't break the Linoon. Line no one can break this.
Yeah, you have to prevent that Hyper Voice. If it comes out, it's just going to end the game. So Alberto will do everything he can to prevent that, and the first step is going to be the double protect, like you said.
Man, Smart Money is looking really cool right now. I hope he makes top cut from this. Just triple protects out here. No way to punish that whatsoever. The Sludge Bomb goes into the Linoon slot. That actually might have been able to pick up the KO, but at this point, there's not a lot of punish to Extreme Speed. Follow me, just like there hasn't been for a good 5-6 games now.
Yeah, Extreme Speed, Gardevoir protected last turn. It's free to just go into Gardevoir, get the KO. Amoonguss isn't going to 1v4 an entire team. Probably can't even beat Linoon when you have Clefairy Follow Me. So Alberto looks to be pretty comfortably just sweeping this game by leading Clefairy Linoon and saying, what you going to do?
Yeah, the first game was pretty good because he didn't reveal his fourth Pokemon. This game's even better because he didn't reveal the third one either.
It's not over yet. He might somehow be forced to reveal it.
Yeah?
He might decide to reveal it.
Oh, I would like that one. Just switch.
Just switch Linoon?
No, not Linoon, Clefairy.
That's disrespectful.
No, you could throw if that happened. Don't do that.
Gardevoir looking for the double protect, gonna have needed it, didn't get it.
Just like Linoon, this game was over with the most extreme speed.
Yeah, just a lot of turns of the same few moves.
There was no punish. It was super difficult to deal with. I think that the Trick Room in turn 1 was just bizarre.
Yeah, it was not what he needed. Maybe looking for that mechanic of having the Rage Powder move before Extreme Speed if he could get the Trick Room up, but he missed the opportunity for the Hyper Voice. He's counting every opportunity he actually gets to attack that Linoon. They're so valuable, and he gave up the best, most valuable one on the first turn. If you look at the health Linoon's at right now, that's easily the Hyper Voice KO.
That was the power of the second strongest man in the world. That was awesome. I had a great time watching that.
That was a lot of fun. Alberto just putting in work, going to be looking to now at 5-2 bring that Linoon into the top 8 and see if he can just bop any other top 8 opponents.
Yeah, I hope, dude. That would be awesome. Smart Money 3 times in a row. Please don't fail me now. That was.
Yeah, just looking at.
That was awesome. It was just oppressive. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah, just looking at Tyler's roster, it's not like he hadn't necessarily played badly. There just wasn't anything on his team to answer that. It was a 2 Pokemon answer to everything Tyler had.
Yeah, there's Follow Me. There's Extreme Speed. There was Encore.
There was Belly Drum.
Extreme Speed. Oh, yeah, there was Belly Drum once.
Got to get one of those in. Wow.
That was awesome. I can't get over it.
Well,
I'm too satisfied.
We're going to sit here stunned for another couple minutes, then be back with the announcement of the top 8 players. And that first top 8 match is we're going to roll straight into all of Top Cut tonight.
Yeah.
So no long wait till tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
We're going to be back
Alberto's
with that first
not the only
top 8
thing
match
Extreme Speed
in just a bit.